Good morning, dear friends. What a joy to be here today, renewing ourselves, learning something we didn't know, hope. Jesus, knowing how humanity struggles about the future. Once he told one of his most devoted disciples, Bartholomew, Saint Bartholomew, one of the trademarks of the Christ conscious follower is hope. Let's talk about hope then. Andre Luiz, the spirit doctor who wrote several books through the hands of the medium Chico Xavier, wrote another book named Christ Conscious Guidelines. In that book, he tells us what hope is all about. What is hope? He says, hope is not the act of kneeling for simple contemplation. Hope is energy for the lofty realizations that belong to your spirit. Yes, to the elevated real accomplishments. Hope. Are you hopeful? The current times, people are saying they are so uncertain, right? Yesterday, somebody told me, oh, my friend's parents are thinking of moving elsewhere because if there is an international war, I said, my dear one, the leaders of the world don't want to destroy the world. They want to conquer the world. And they know that conquering the world is not about weapons. It's about money. The power of money. That's all it is. Don't be afraid. The world will go on. Yes. We have a lot to do to progress. How do we know? Who is the owner of the universe? God. Nobody can do anything if God doesn't allow. And no matter how hard life is, there's always an end to our suffering. Yes. In our lives, suffering is not everlasting. Only happiness, true happiness. And what is this happiness? When we prioritize the general good, that can lead us to an everlasting joy and happiness. So today, in the hope of aligning ourselves to God's designs, knowing that hope is not about waiting, hope is not about expecting, it's not about expectations. Hope is about knowing that God is taking care of everyone. So all is well. 2, I'm a child of God and I have a purpose in this universe that only God knows. I'm discovering it. So whatever happens in our lives, it always comes for our highest good. And 3, I exist to fulfill God's will. Simple, straightforward. Where do I begin? In fulfilling my daily duties. I go to work. I appreciate my presence, the presence of people in my life. I care for people genuinely. I pray for my coworkers, for my boss. I care about my family. I devote myself to my family, to our community. How can that go wrong? Impossible. What is going to go wrong, we know, is when I say me first, me time. That doesn't lead to any good. Today, we're going to stay in that certainty that with God, there's always hope. Hope that I'm always improving, that everybody's progressing. No expectations, but the certainty that life is good. When I appreciate life, I change my mental health. I have new ways of seeing life. I see the solutions where I couldn't see before. Let us then pray that today we make this the day of hope in our lives. Shall we, friends? Thank you, dear God, for the gift of your presence, the gift of creating us, sustaining us. What an adventure of love to ride this journey of life with you and to discover the new that we didn't know, that we still don't know, but we are willing to know. Thank you for the gift of this very day, this day of wisdom provided by your messengers, supported and sustained by you. But we think of the people who right now are hopeless, who don't see much light in their future. They may be afraid of being old. They may be afraid of not being understood. They may be afraid of not getting what they need. But fear is not part of our trust in you. In you we trust, so much so that we know that our future on earth is bright, abundant, in love and resources. So may all people who are feeling hopeless feel the presence of their guardian angels coming to their ears and whispering, "You are a child of God. Your love, your light, your peace, your joy of living." Breathing in and out, we visualize hope being boosted in every heart on earth, so people can overcome and have the energy to achieve elevated accomplishments, overcoming obstacles for them and their loved ones. Thank you, God, and so be it. What a reflection for us, huh? Hope. Hope is not waiting for anything. Hope is not an expectation. No, hope is the certainty that the brighter day is just here. It starts with gratitude. It starts with that lightness of being divine. Let's be divine and hope that God always, always, always takes care of us. When the time has come, it's done. Thank you, friends, for this partnership in the good. Thank you, Felipe. Thank you, Sideria. Thank you, Daisy. Thank you, Lori. Thank you Froesania, we wish you all live and on demand a beautiful day, beautiful night, and much hope. Hope, which is the certainty that only the good is laid out for us. It's just a matter of being in synchronicity with God. Thank you, friends. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow at another morning prayer here at Cardiac Radio, where you and I are daily nourishing our souls. Thank you, friends.